si Congresswoman Luistro may nadiskubre po dito sa lungsod ng mga Duterte, mga kababayan, na kung titingnan po natin, bukod pala sa nakakalulang mga confidential funds nitong si Sara Duterte, nakakalula din, mga kababayan, yung mga confidential funds nitong Davao City. Dahil biruin nyo mas naunusan pa niya or mas nalakihan pa, mga kababayan, ng confidential fund ng Davao City, etong confidential fund ng City of Manila at saka nitong Makati, mga kababayan, na kung saan mas marami yung mga nangangailangan at mas marami yung mga problema na dapat ma-resolba, mga kababayan. Ano po, so ngayon, ito, pakinggan po natin etong nakita nating balita galing kay Dai News Philippines. Ano po, ikinikredit po natin sa kanya yan. Kanya po yan, hindi po yan natin, gagawan lamang po natin ng reaction video. So ito, pakinggan po natin, mga kababayan. Kasi ang nakalagay dito, nakakalulang confidential fund ni BP Sara Duterte ibinulgar at kwinestyon nitong si Representative Jervil Luistro, mga kababayan. Ibig sabihin, ang naglathala po nito at naglabas po nito sa publiko at gumisa nito ay etong si Congresswoman Luistro. Ano po, pakinggan po natin.
Nakakapagtaka lang po kung bakit nalampasan pa ng Davao ang City of Manila, ang Makati, ang Quezon City. I just wish to state for the record that during this time, 2018 to 2022, the mayor of Davao City, I believe, is no less than the vice president. And I wish to state for the record as well that the confidential fund that we're discussing about the OVP.
Tingnan nyo, mga kababayan, kung gaano katindi ang nakakalulang confidential fund ni Sara Duterte nung siya ay mayor pa. Noong 2016, mga kababayan, ang presidente si Duterte na. Ngayon, mga kababayan, kung titingnan natin, meron siyang 144 million 2016. 2017, tumaas po yan ng 294 million. And then noong 2018, mga kababayan, tumaas po yan ng 420 million. And then noong 2019, tumaas siya ng 460 million hanggang 2022. Mga kababayan, ganyan kalaki yung confidential funds nitong si Sara Duterte nung siya pa ang mayor ng Davao City. So ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Last quarter of 2022 and the first 3 quarters of 2023, the one in disposal, our Vice President as well.
Okay. We will now proceed to the next interpellator, the Honorable Jervil Jinky Luistro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Attorney Camora,
yes,
the questions are directed to you. Before I proceed to the...
Yes, tama itong kay Ma'am Chavez Tamore, sabi dito, for your information, hindi kurakot si Sara, hakot to the max ang pera ng taong bayan. Biruin nyo kung gaano kalaki nun. Pamula 2018, mga kababayan, hanggang 2022, hindi bumaba ng 460 million yung kanyang confidential funds bilang mayor ng Davao City. Ganon katindi, naunusan pa yung Makati at yung City of Manila. Ano po, na kung saan, kung tutusin, mas marami ang pangangailangan, mga kababayan, ng LGUs ng City of Manila at saka po ng Makati kaysa po sa Davao City. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Questions. I just want to have a clarification first about the confidential fund that were given to the OVP. Am I correct? We have 125 million for the last quarter of 2022. The same was utilized from December 20 to 31 of 2022.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And on the succeeding year, that is 2023, the OVP was allocated also a total confidential fund equivalent to 500 million. Do you confirm?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And out of the 500 million, attorney, how much was utilized and how much was unutilized?
Mr. Chair, for 2023, they utilized for the first 3 quarters, which is 125 times 3, and for the 4th quarter, they did not cash advance the amount. So may naiwan pong 125 million.
Grabe, no?
In other words, for clarification of the committee, I wish to state for the record that When we speak of confidential fund of the Office of the Vice President, we're talking about 125 million spent from December 20 to 31 of 2022. Another 125 million spent on the first quarter of 2023. Another 125 million spent on the second quarter of 2023. And another 125 million spent on the third quarter of 2023. This is a total, if I am correct, Attorney Camora, 500 million. Do you confirm?
That is correct, Madam.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
I wish to go back to my question during the last hearing, Attorney.
Kita nyo kung gaano kadami mga kababayan, nakakalulang confidential funds nitong si Sara Duterte. Hakot to the max ang pera ng mamamayang Pilipino. Ano po, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Ask you, paano po ba natin i-distinguish ang confidential fund from regular fund? This time, I want a more comprehensive answer, and please try to laymanize it because I want this to be understood by the Filipino people. As a matter of fact, I am raising this question so the Filipino people will understand ano po ang pagkakaiba ng confidential fund from regular fund. Let us discuss first about the purpose.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang purpose po ng confidential and intelligence funds are for confidential and or intelligence activities. While yung sa regular funds po, it is for the attainment of programs, activities, and projects other than confidential fund and or intelligence activities. Ito po yung regular na perang ginagamit ng mga government agencies.
And if you will agree.
So ngayon mga kababayan na nakakapagtaka dito, kung napakarami ng confidential funds ni Sara Duterte, bukod lalo na nung mayor siya, bakit hindi napaganda yung Davao City? Bakit ang dami pa rin problema ng Davao City mga kababayan? Dahil kung pagtatagpi-tagpiin natin, pamula sa 51 billion ni Pulong Duterte, nung siya ay congressman dyan sa Davao City mga kababayan, and then yung mga nakakalulang confidential funds ni Sara Duterte, hindi man lang nila natutukan yung problema ng Davao City. Eh di ba mga kababayan, idinadaing nila ngayon. Maraming problema ang Davao City. May mga proyekto na nadidelay dahil nga daw mga kababayan dyan sa banggaan ng Marcos at Duterte. Pero ngayon lang nila naisip na ipagpatuloy yung mga proyektong yon sa kabila ng mga nakakalula nila ng mga confidential funds mga kababayan. Especially nung mayor, etong si Sara Duterte. Dapat nga kung tutuusin, konti na lang yung problema sa Davao City. Dapat na solusyonan na nung panahon na si Duterte ang presidente at nananatiling congressman, yung kanyang anak na may 51 billion at nananatiling mayor si Sara Duterte nung panahon na presidente yung tatay nila na may nakakalulang confidential funds. Dapat natutukan na agad nila yung problema ng Davao. Ano po ngayon, ang problema dito, saan dinala yung nakakalula na mga confidential funds ni Sara Duterte, especially nung mayor pa siya. Ano po, bukod pa nung naging vice presidente siya, yung 125 million pesos na ginasta sa loob ng 11 days hindi maipaliwanag. Eh baka yung 460 mga kababayan, balikan natin yung 460 na mga nakakalulang confidential funds na niya nung mayor pa siya, baka may papaliwanag niya. Mga kababayan, ano po, dahil marami pa rin talagang problema na kinakaharap ang Davao na dapat hindi naman. Ano po, anyway, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
With me, Attorney, if I would say that when we speak of confidential fund, it has something to do with the national security, peace and order surveillance activities. Am I correct?
That is correct po, Madam Chair.
And when we speak of regular funds, any other funds except something which has to do about security, peace and order.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Kita nyo ha, napakalaki pala ng budget para doon mga kababayan, pero bakit pinipeke pa rin yung mga blatter? Diba? Dinadaya pa rin nila yung talagang nangyayaring mga kriminalidad dyan po sa Davao City. napakalaki naman pala ng budget, mga kababayan. Ano po, anyway, pagpatuloy pa natin.
Ano po ang pagkakaiba ng confidential fund from regular fund in terms of procurement?
Mr. Chair, in terms of procurement, the regular funds must follow the laws on procurement, which is now the RA 9184 as amended po. As to confidential and intelligence funds, to avoid compromising the confidential matters, it usually does not undergo procurement.
And do you agree that we have this joint circular which regulate the utilization of confidential fund?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Can you share with us what is that joint circular?
It is the joint circular issued by the Commission on Audit, the Department of Budget and Management, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, the Governance Commission for GOCCs, and the Department of National Defense.
Kanina, attorney, you mentioned about Republic Act number 9184. This is the procurement law as amended, tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you would agree with me if I would say, under the procurement law, before you proceed to procurement, there has to be a posting.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
There has to be an invitation to bid.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
There has to be a pre-qualifying process for the bidders.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
There has to be a bidding.
Yes, Mr.
There
Chair.
has to be a post-qualifying.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And all of this will happen before we issue the notice to proceed.
Yes, Mr.
And if
Chair.
I may add, we also require the parties to execute a contract. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And all these formalities are not present when we speak about confidential fund, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That is for the reason that we wish to protect matters concerning national security, peace and order, and surveillance. Tama
Yes.
po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Now we proceed to number 3, about liquidation. Ano pong pagkakaiba ng confidential fund from regular fund?
Yan na.
Liquidation po for confidential intelligence funds is provided under the joint circular 2015-01. For regular funds, it is COA circular number 97-002.
Can we laymanize it, Attorney Camora? Kapag po ba tayo'y magli-liquidate ng confidential fund, anong dokumento ang nire-require natin from the agency?
The requirements are all indicated po sa, na-mention po kanina, 4.8 of the joint circular.
In substance, would you agree with me that what we are requiring, if it is a confidential fund, one is financial plan, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
2 is the accomplishment report, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And 3 is the certification of the head of the agency. Is that
yes,
correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Whereas when we speak about the liquidation of regular fund, what requirements do we ask from the agency?
These are all under 97-002.
I understand. If I would say that under the regular fund, you are requiring the MOA or the contract, am I correct? I understand that there is a long list of documents, but I'm trying to emphasize only the substantial.
Sabi ni Rusty Austria, ang galing ni Congresswoman, yan ang kailangan sa Senado, di tulad ng mga pulpol ng ibang mga senador ngayon. Kahit nga iniyaano na ng taong bayan sa kanya na maging senador, ayaw niya. Mga kababayan, ayaw niya. Gusto niyang tapusin yung kanyang term para paglingkuran yung mga kababayan natin dito sa Batangas. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Documents which should not be absent in the compliance of liquidation requirements.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
There has to be a MOA or a contract if it is a regular fund. Second, there has to be a receipt.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
There has to be an invoice.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. May I request the Secretariat to please flash the first slide.
Yan na.
This slide summarizes the distinction between confidential fund and regular fund. In confidential fund, we have the Joint Circular 01, which regulates the same. For regular fund, we have the procurement law, otherwise known as RA 9184 as amended. As to purpose, confidential fund is for the purpose of peace and order and surveillance activities to promote national interest. Regular fund are other purposes other than those mentioned in the confidential fund. For procurement, there has to be posting and bidding,
Oh.
requirements which are not necessary for confidential fund. And for liquidation, in confidential fund, it is enough that there is a financial plan, an accomplishment report, and a certification of the head of agency. Whereas in regular fund, there has to be a receipt, an invoice, a copy of the MOA, a copy of the contract.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I will cite some illustration for the better understanding of the Filipino people. I will be using confidential fund. Ang bibilhin ko, supplies of materials and equipments. Kailangan ko po bang mag-post at mag-bid?
No, Mr. Chair.
Kailangan po ba na ang maging supplier nito is the lowest bidder?
No, Mr. Chair.
Oh.
No. But if I will be using a regular fund, I will be purchasing supplies of materials and equipment. Of course, I need to go through the process of posting and bidding, and then I need to choose the lowest bidder. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And then, attorney, I will be renting a safe house for surveillance activities. So this is a confidential fund.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kailangan ko po bang mag-posting at mag-bidding?
No, Mr. Chair.
No. Diretso na sa rental ng safe house for surveillance. Correct?
Yes,
Tama.
Mr. Chair.
Do I still have to evaluate, invite, to be able to choose the lowest cost of rental for the surveillance?
No need, Mr. Chair.
No need, because this is a confidential fund. I will be buying a car for surveillance activities. Kailangan ko po bang mag-posting and bidding?
No, Mr. Chair.
Do I need to
Although-
choose the lowest bidder?
No, Mr. Chair.
But if I will be using a regular fund, I need to go through the process of posting, bidding, and come up with the lowest bidder. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
If I will be procuring an equipment for surveillance activities, kailangan po ba ang posting at bidding?
No, Mr. Chair.
No. Do I need to choose the lowest bidder?
No, Mr. Chair.
But if I will be utilizing a regular fund, these requirements are all necessary. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Now we proceed to confidential fund. I remember during the last hearing, tinanong po ito ni Honorable Marcoleta.
Yan na. Pakinggan nyo ha. Pakinggan nyo yung sasabihin about do sa tinanong nitong si Marcoleta, mga kababayan. Ano po, pakinggan nyo?
He was saying that the other agencies and even the other LGUs have confidential fund as well.
Yan
Tama
na.
po, attorney?
Tama po, Mr.
You remember
Chair.
that?
Yes, Mr.
He
Chair.
made a manifestation that even the other agencies of the government and the LGUs have confidential fund. And I wish to share the second slide to our committee. That is the basis of the confidential fund of the LGU. And tantamount to saying that it is true that even the LGUs have confidential fund. This is DILG Memorandum Circular 2022-118 and the JMC 2015-01. Tama po ba ito, Attorney Camora?
Tama po, Madam. Mr. Chair.
And you will agree with me also that under Section 16 of the Local Government Code, kasama po sa mandate ng LGU, is to promote and maintain peace and order. I think the lawyers will agree. The lawyers from the DILG. I understand you're from COA.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So let me share this information that under Section 16 of the Local Government Code, bahagi po ng mandate ng LGUs, Local Government Unit, is to promote and maintain peace and order.
Tama.
And this justifies kung bakit mayroong confidential fund ang mga LGUs. Tama po ba, Attorney?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now let's go to the mandate of the OVP. Kasama po ba sa mandato ng OVP ang promotion ng peace and order, conduct of surveillance activity, and national security?
May I ask po yung OVP team, mas knowledgeable po sila sa mandates.
OVP team, please. You are from COA also,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
but
May I
you
allowed
are...
to speak na po? May I allowed to speak na po?
Go ahead.
Can you please enlighten us, what office are you representing? Why Attorney Camora refer you as the OVP team? Because I understand you're also from COA.
I'm the audit team leader of the Office of the Vice Presidents for the audit of the regular funds.
Audit team leader of the OVP with respect to regular funds. But I'm talking about confidential funds.
Yes, Madam. Mr.
Do you think you are in the proper position to answer this question? This is
But the
about
question-
confidential funds.
But the question is all about the mandate of the OVP.
All right. What is the mandate of the OVP?
Based on the notes to a financial statement of the AR, Annual Audit Report, the OVP, as the second highest office in the land committed to the service of the nation, OVP performs executive, ceremonial, and advocacy functions, collaborating with stakeholders and organizations in both public and private sectors to develop and promote programs that uplift the lives of the Filipino people. That's the mandate of the
Does
OVP.
it in any way mention about the peace and order, surveillance activity, and national security?
Based on what I've said
The
po,
question is answerable only by yes or no.
no po.
It does not.
Yes.
Yes.
So you confirm that matters concerning peace and order, national security and surveillance is not part of the mandate of the OVP. Do you confirm that?
Tama.
Mr. Chair, yes po. Based on the mandate provided.
Yes. And why do you think the OVP was given confidential fund, considering that it is not part of the mandate to promote peace and order?
I think I'm not the right person to answer the question because I think it may cause
Kita nyo, doon pa lang mga kababayan, may problema na agad. Kasi unang-una, kaya yung mga LGU mga kababayan, meron silang confidential funds kasi unang-una sila yung sila yung nagpapanatili ng peace and order dito po sa ating bansa. Pangalawa mga kababayan na nakakapagtaka kasi dito, bakit sunod-sunod ng mga panahon na hindi pa nasisilip yung mga confidential funds ni Sara Duterte, mga paglustay niya ng pera ng mamamayan, talagang nagre-request po siya, ganong wala naman siyang mandato na magpanatili ng kapayapaan dito sa ating bansa. Dahil unang-una, yung mga ginagawa niya, taliwas, mga kababayan, dun sa kanyang pagiging pangalawang pangulo. Lalo na, yung mga ginagawa niya dito sa ating bansa. Anyway, pagpatuloy pa natin.
due to
Yung mga kapalpakan niya, mga kababayan.
the Department of Budget and Management because they're the one who provided the confidential fund in 2022.
I understand. But let me state for the record that nowhere in the law, not even in the Constitution, provide that the OVP has the mandate of promoting and maintaining peace and order, conducting surveillance activity, and even matters concerning national security. That is for the record, Mr. Chair. Now, talking about...
Guys, pakitama na lamang po ko kung ako po ay mali. Dahil unang-una, kung titingnan po natin mga kababayan, di ba, pagka tinatanong si Sara, especially ipasok natin yung West Philippine Sea, no comment yung ating Vice Presidente. Pangalawa, mga kababayan, kung makikita nyo, pag naglulustay ng pera ng mamamayan, etong si Sara, napakadali, napakabilis mga kababayan. Pero kung titingnan natin, kaya lang naman merong confidential fund yung mga LGU kasi isa sila sa nagpapanatili ng peace and order dito po sa ating bansa. Ngayon, kung titingnan natin dito sa paliwanag, nung sumagot sa katanungan ni Congresswoman Luistro, parang sinasabi doon mga kababayan na wala sa mandato ni Sara yung katulad ng ginagawa ng LGU. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin. Pakitama na lamang ako guys kung ako po ay mali. Ano po, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Confidential fund. May we please flash the third slide? Kanina po pinag-usapan natin that under Section 16 of the Local Government Code, ang mandato ng LGU is to promote peace and order. And that justifies kung bakit ang mga LGUs ay mayroong confidential fund.
Tingnan nyo mabuti to mga kababayan. Tingnan nyo mabuti to ha.
Now, I wish to share this slide showing the LGUs which have the huge or the biggest number of confidential fund. This is representing year 2022. Davao City has 460 million. Cebu City has 7.38 million. The City of Manila has 120 million.
Oh.
Makati City has 240 million. And Quezon City has 75 million. Nakakapagtaka lang po kung bakit nalampasan pa ng Davao ang City of Manila, ang Makati, ang Quezon City. For Makati, Davao almost doubled the confidential fund. For City of Manila, it almost tripled the confidential fund. Ang Cebu City po was way left behind because it is only 7.38. So I just want to state for the record the huge disparity of the confidential fund of Davao City as compared with the other LGUs. We have on the screen.
Kasi mga kababayan, kung titingnan natin, mas maraming nagiging problema sa Kamaynilaan kaysa po sa Davao. Kaya nga nakakapagtaka, sa kabila ng napakalaking pera or napakalaking confidential funds nitong Davao City, bakit nagagawa pang pikein, mga kababayan, or bakit nagagawa pa na doktorin yung mga blatter dyan po sa Davao City para magmukha na mababa yung kriminalidad. Ano po dyan sa Davao City? Tapos ang pinakamasakla pa dyan mga kababayan, sa kabila ng napakalaki nilang pera, bakit ang dami pa ring problema ng Davao City? At tila parang hindi nasusolusyonan. Mga kababayan, ano po, unlike dito sa City of Manila at saka po dito sa Makati na mas nangangailangan ng napakalaking confidential fund dahil marami ang posibilidad na marami maging problema dyan po sa City of Manila at sa Makati. Dahil nga kung titingnan po natin mga kababayan, kaysa dito sa Davao, mas minsan nagkakaroon pa ng mas maraming problema ang City of Manila at saka Makati, unlike po dito sa Davao. Di ba sinasabi nga nung iba, yung Davao City daw, yung pinaka-safetiest na lungsod, na lugar, dito po sa Pilipinas. Pero bakit mga kababayan, sa kabila ng napakarami po nilang pondo, confidential funds, bakit nagagawa pang pikein yung mga kriminalidad? Ano po, bakit nagagawa pang dayain yung mga krimen na nangyayari dyan po sa Davao? At bakit marami pa ring problema ang Davao City at tila hindi natututukan? Mga kababayan, ano po, at nare-resolba nung panahon ng termino hanggang sa ngayon ng mga Duterte. Ano po ngayon, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
Cebu City, 7.38. City of Manila, 120 million. Makati City, 240 million. Quezon City, 75 million. While Davao, it skyrocketed to 460 million.
Kita nyo ha?
May we request the Secretariat to please flash the fourth slide.
Ay, shoutout sa inyo ha, pagpatuloy pa natin.
This is the history of confidential fund of Davao City.
Eto, tingnan nyo mga kababayan ha. Kung titingnan nyo mabuti, ganyan karami ang naging confidential funds simula nung naging mayora ng Davao City itong si Sara Duterte at naging presidente yung kanyang tatay. Dahil kung titingnan natin mga kababayan, yung may nakalagay na red dyan, noong 2016, yung red mga kababayan, yan yung term na mayor pa itong si Duterte. Si Rodrigo Duterte mga kababayan. Ngayon, syempre, nagkaroon ng presidential 2016 presidential election hanggang sa nanalo na presidente etong si Digong. Kung makikita nyo, may half. Ibig sabihin, ang pumalit na mayor sa kanya etong si Sara Duterte, yung may nakalagay na green dito sa gilid. Ngayon, kung makikita nyo, green na yan hanggang 2022 kasi nga, si Sara Duterte yung mayor ng mga panahon na yan. At pamula kay Sara Duterte mga kababayan, yung una 2016 pinaghatian nila ng kanyang tatay, term ng kanyang tatay mga kababayan, 144 million yung confidential funds. Ngayon mga kababayan, noong 2017, term na yan ni Sara, si Sara na yung mayora ng Davao City. Meron po siyang 294 million na confidential funds. And then pamula 2018 hanggang 2022, nasa 400 plus na million yung confidential funds nitong si Sara Mau. Mga kababayan, ano po, dahil kung titingnan natin, 2018, meron siyang 420M. Mga kababayan, 2019, meron siyang 460 million na confidential funds, mga kababayan. Pamula 2019 hanggang 2022, 460 na lagi ang confidential funds ni Sara Duterte as a mayor ng Davao City. Kaya nga nakakapagtaka bakit idinadaing nila kung kailan nagkakaroon ng hindi pagkakaunawaan ang Duterte at saka Marcos, idinadaing nitong si Sara Duterte na naaapektuhan na raw yung mga proyekto dyan sa Davao City mga kababayan at parang hindi daw nasusolusyonan. Paano ba naman kasi mga kababayan masusolusyonan sa kabila ng napakalaki nilang pera kung kinukurap yung pera ng mamamayan? Ano po, dahil kung titingnan natin, sa dami ng perang to mga kababayan, imposible na hindi man lang nasolusyonan yung problema dyan sa Davao. Pera na lamang kung itong perang ito napupunta sa bulsa ni Sara Duterte, di umano. Ano po, ipagpatuloy pa natin.
2016, it is 144 million. 2017, it is 294. 2018, it's 420. 2019, it is 460. 2019 up to 2022, it is 460 million. I just wish to state for the record, Mr. Chair, that while we acknowledge that the LGU is entitled to confidential fund because under Section 16 of the Local Government Code, bahagi po ng mandato nila is the promotion of peace and order. I just wish to state for the record that during this time, 2018 to 2022, the mayor of Davao City, I believe, is no less than the vice president.
Ama!
And I wish to state for the record as well that the confidential fund that we're discussing about the OVP last quarter of 2022 and the first 3 quarters of 2023, the one in disposal is no less than our vice president as well.
Grabe, no?
I wish to express I wish to lament that it seems to us that the confidential fund is being used comfortably. We have to emphasize that it is addressing a very important reason, and that is the promotion of peace and order, conduct of surveillance activities, including matters concerning national security. And if this is the case, Mr. Chair, I believe that the COA has to be very strict concerning the very loose, the very light, and the very few requirements which are being imposed in procurement and even liquidation of confidential funds. What I wish to point out, Mr. Chair, maluwag tayo sa confidential fund because we give value to matters concerning peace and order and national security. However, Mr. Chair, I observed na ito pong kaluagan na ito ay nagiging dahilan kung bakit ang COA ngayon are issuing the notice of disallowance, and even this Congress is prompted to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation.
Oh.
I wish to manifest my observation that the irregularities which have been observed in the utilization of confidential fund in the office of the Vice President should be checked as well.
Oh, kaya nga mga kababayan, ito putulin na natin dito. Ngayon kung titingnan natin, kaya si Sara Duterte pag tinatanong ninyo about confidential funds, hindi niya masasagot yan. Kasi kahit nung mayor siya mga kababayan, talagang halos nag-swimming siya doon sa isang damakmak na confidential funds niya. Dahil kung titingnan natin, pamula 2019, kita nyo kung gaano kalaki pamula 2019 hanggang 2022, 460 na. Lagi, mga kababayan, kada taon, yung confidential funds ng Davao City. Ang nakakapagtaka nga lang po dyan, uulitin ko ulit yung sinabi ko kanina, sa kabila ng kada taon na limpak-limpak na confidential funds na nakukuha ng Davao City sa pangunguna ni Sara Duterte, di man lang nila nasolusyonan ang problema ng Davao.